There's just something about a good hot coffee to pick you up in the morning. Beautiful coffee. Just a good old beautiful cup of coffee. They come in these super difficult packs to get open. I find I use a pair of scissors. It does the trick normally. Just give it a bit of a cut. See, sometimes it's this early in the morning trying to get into the actual thing's quite tough. I'm sure we'll get it done. Okay, so here's one I prepared earlier. Let's just have a whiff of that. Whew, lovely. Well, I suppose I started to drink coffee when I was maybe 10 years of age. Mum and Dad were opposed to it. However, after much annoyance and convincing, they finally yielded. And they said I could have a cup of coffee, and from that moment on, you could say I'm a coffee drinker. Of course, I don't want to use the word addict. That would be wrong, wouldn't it? I just enjoy drinking a good old cup of coffee, even if it is from a Starbucks cup. Of course, you need to put the jug on. Listen to that. The eruption of boiling is beautiful. I suppose you could say that it began with my auntie Mavis, who would go down to the cowshed in the early days, and 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning, she would begin to milk the cows, and of course it's freezing down there, and so they would import in beans from northern Africa. They would get them in and begin to roast them, you crush them down, and they started to make beautiful coffee. You could say it runs in the genes, really. Let's get the right spoon there. There we go. Yep. There we go. Whew. I mean, just smell that. We better just get one more. You don't want it too weak, do you now? Nothing worse than weak coffee. Did something just fall in there? Oh my lord, what is that? Better sort that out. Actually, here's a funny one. My auntie one time, she was making a coffee, and she went to put the sugar into the coffee, and she missed the cup. Oh, yes. Oh, it's funny. Actually, I always remember the time my granddad, and around about this time, he was wearing a hairpiece, and he leaned forward to take a sip of coffee, and as he did, his hairpiece flew off and went inside his coffee. Oh, that's a funny one, eh? Gets me every time. Right. Beautiful. Hot, steamy coffee. Oh, it's good for you. Check that out. Isn't that good? We'll just let that perk for a few moments. But, you know, there's real poetry to coffee. Quite often when I think of coffee, I think of poetry. Things like coffee beans don't look good in jeans. Otherwise, we would be seen as the queen. that was always a funny one. Some other ones that we used to come up with were just simple things like coffee. I met you down in Waffle Bay. There you would stay, and there you would play. Oh, coffee, can I see you today? And no one ever knew what that meant, really, because not even I knew what that meant. It was always quite a funny one. Blue Top. Why would you go with any other? I just don't know. Let's have a look here. You know, I've had my ups and I've had my downs, and when I've been down, I've found a good cup of coffee, normally lying on the ground. And then I've had my ups, and when I've been up, I can't reach my coffee anymore because it's on the ground. That's always been a real struggle for me. Ooh. Oh, beautiful. Lovely cup of coffee. Look at that. See how that tastes. I think, just in summing it all up really, a good coffee at the beginning of your day makes you a pleasant welcome bay. People want to come and you're a lot more welcoming. I recommend anyone out there drink a good cup of coffee. Drink a good cup. Cheers.